Morning, my dear students. In previous section, we all are discussed about human circulatory system as well as heart. Yes, at that time we discussed what is heart. Yes, heart is termed as what? Pumping muscular organ. Yes, that pumps out the blood into the blood vessel is called heart. We all are already learned. As well as occurs are different chambers of heart. There are totally 4 different chambers are seen in a heart. They are nothing but atrium as well as ventricle. There are 2 types of atrium. One is left atrium and second one is right atrium. And at that time discussed what are the functions of left atrium as well as right atrium. After atrium we discussed what are ventricles. Yes, they are also termed as what are lower chambers. Lower chambers. Ventricles also 2 types. First one is left ventricle and second one is right ventricle. Yes, and also functions of ventricles. My dear students, today let us see only the definition of blood pressure. The pressure at which the blood is pumped against the wall of vessel is called blood pressure. Yes, my dear students, how the blood is pumped in our vessel, that is measured with the help of water blood pressure. There are 2 types, means 120 as well as 80 millimeter per hertz. It means pressures are measured systolic as well as diastolic. Systolic means the pressure of blood inside the artery during ventricle systole or contraction phase is called systolic. Systolic means what? The measure of flow of blood where in a ventricle, that is termed as what? Systolic. And diastolic means the pressure of blood in the artery during ventricle diastole. There ventricle systole is systolic. Here ventricle diastole is termed as what? Diastolic pressure. The normal systolic pressure is about 120 millimeter per hertz. Yes, systolic phase or pressure is 120 millimeter per hertz. As well as diastolic phase or pressure is 80 millimeter per hertz. Yes, my dear students, remind it because this type of questions are offered where in our main examination in and choose the right answer questions. Yes, it means a human blood pressure is 120 by 80 millimeter per hertz. Clear? Systolic phase or systolic pressure is 120 millimeter per hertz as well as diastolic phase as well as pressure is 80 millimeter per hertz. Yes, my students, after discussing about human circulatory system, let us see how the process of transportation takes place in plants. Yes, transportation in plants. Transportation in plants. Yes, my students, all of you already know plants are also termed as what? Complex or have a complex type of a tissue, but does not have what? Organ systems in it. That's why how the process of transportation takes place in a plant. 2 people are discussed where in a previous class, it means 9th standard, with the help of vascular bundles as well as conducting tissues. Yes, there are totally two types of conduction tissues. They are nothing but xylem as well as phloem. Both are comes under in a vascular bundle. Yes, xylem is also have what? Four different parts, and phloem is also have what? Four different parts. What are the functions of xylem as well as phloem? Xylem as well as phloem. Yes, my dear students, the main function of xylem is transport of water and minerals. Water and minerals. Entire plant body. Plant body with the help of water vessels. Xylem vessels as well as tracheids. Yes, what is the function of phloem? Yes, my dear students, first of all, we all are already learned what the process of photosynthesis takes place where in a plant body. Process of photosynthesis takes place in a plant body. Photosynthesis means the plants are able to prepare their own food. Yes, at that time what is formed their food. It means function of phloem is transport of food materials from leaf to all parts of the body. Yes, it means the process of conduction as well as transportation takes place with the help of xylem as well as phloem. It means xylem are totally four parts in there. Yes, four parts. It means subparts are seen in an xylem. They are nothing but trachea as well as vessel parenchyma and phloem. Yes, they also what have one four parts are seen. Here each part can do their own function. Yes, my dear students, listen. Previous class discussion. Now let us see how the process of transportation takes place in an plants. Plants lack a regular circulatory system like animals have. We all know that plants prepare their food from CO2 and water in their leaves. Yes, first point important. Plants lack a regular circulatory system animals have. It means animals have what a complex designed circulatory system. And also plants are prepared what a food with the help of carbon dioxide as well as sunlight. The other material present in plant body like nitrogen, phosphorus and minerals are taken directly from the soil. The conduction of some materials to short distances occurs through diffusion, while for longer distances need of proper transportation system or areas. Yes, my dear students. See here, this is a plant body. Yes. The process of photosynthesis takes place where in a leaves. It means leaves are green in color. And also they have a chlorophyll pigments in it. With the help of chlorophyll pigment, what happens? Absorption of carbon dioxide as well as sunlight takes place, and it can use rise to water, gives glucose plus oxygen. Clear? With the help of green parts, it means leaves. The process of photosynthesis takes place. But my dear students, just imagine how the process of transportation takes place here, because they have a length, elongated, plants are termed as what? Elongated or long. How the process of transportation takes place here? Conduction of water takes place where? Therefore, food. Conduction transportation system is necessary. It means how the water as well as minerals are transported in a plant, as well as how the prepared food is transferred in a plant body. Yes, just here. Therefore, two pathways have developed in plants independently, which comprise of xylem tissue as well as phloem tissue. Yes, comprise the two types of tissues, xylem as well as phloem tissues. Xylem tissues as well as phloem tissues. Yes, my dear students, it means conduction of water is takes place with the help of phloem. With the help of xylem, and transportation of food is takes place with the help of water, phloem tissues. Both xylem and phloem carry substances from one part of the plant body to another. Xylem transport water and minerals obtained from the soil. Phloem transport products of photosynthesis from leaves to other parts of the plant. Yes, main function is whatever the xylem transport here water and minerals. Water and minerals. Phloem transport food. Prepared where? Food is prepared in leaves of a plant. Leaves of plant body. Clear? Means the main two conducting tissues are nothing but here xylem tissue as well as phloem tissue. Yes, here first discussion point is transport of water. Transport of water. Xylem tissue of plants have interconnected network of vessels and brackets of roots, stems and leaves. They form continuous system of water conducting channels which reaches all parts of the plant. At the roots, cell in contact with the soil actively take off ions, creating a difference in concentration of these ions between the roots and the soil. It means a root pressure. Yes, my dear students. First of all, what is happening here? The process of conduction of water as well as mineral is takes place with the help of root. Yes, how this water as well as minerals are gets transferred with the help of xylem. Yes, here the main two important parts are responsible for the process of transportation of water. They are nothing but xylem brackets as well as xylem vessels. Yes, xylem bracket as well as xylem vessels are transport water as well as minerals from root to all parts of the plant body. The water that enters into the roots from the soil eliminates this difference, that is making the concentration equal. Hence there is steady movement of water into root xylem from the soil that creates a column of water pushing it upwards. Another strategy used by plants to move water upwards in xylem over highest point of plant is transpiration. It means loss of water. Yes, my dear students, first the process of transportation takes place. It means excess of water is get released from water. The plant body is termed as the process of transpiration. The process of transpiration. Transportation means the water is conduct as well as transport entire part of the plant body. Transpiration means loss of water. Loss of water is termed as process of transpiration. The water which is lost through the stomata is replaced by water from the xylem vessel in the leaf. Yes, whatever the water is lost through the stomata is replaced molecules is replaced from xylem vessel. Evaporation of water molecule from leaf cells creates a suction which pulls water from the xylem cells of the root. Yes, my dear students. Yes, suctions is also created in roots. absorption processes also takes place as well as storage process also takes place, and afterwards the excess of water is lost from a plant, that is transpiration. Means this type of process takes place in a plant body. Yes, my dear students, now let us see what is transpiration. Transpiration means loss of water in the form of vapors from the aerial parts of the plant is called transpiration. It takes place mainly through stomata. Yes, my dear students. First of all, transpiration means loss of water from stomata. That is from the water transpiration. What are the advantages of transpiration? First of all, it helps in the absorption and upward movement of water and minerals, creating a transpiration pool. Yes, first of all, what happened? The process of absorption takes place, as well as the process of upward movement is also takes place with the help of water transpiration cell. Second, it helps in the regulation of temperature. Yes, how animals are regulate their body temperature, we all are already learned in a previous class. Yes, the plants regulate temperature with the help of the process of transpiration. Third, it maintains a constant supply of ions to the leaves. Yes, I think last year we discussed the definition of what osmosis means: transfer of molecules or ions, higher concentration to lower concentration. Yes. Finally, it removes excess of water. Transport, next point, transport of food substances. Transport of food substance. Yes, already know how the process of transportation of food takes place with the help of water, phloem tissues. Phloem tissues. Observe the transportation or the movement of soluble products, it means sugar, the byproduct of photosynthesis, to other parts of the plant is termed as transportation. Yes, what is the food? Food means what here? Glucose or sugar is get transferred from leaves to other parts of our body is termed as translocation. The process of translocation. Yes, my dear students, in an xylem we discuss the process of transpiration. Yes, in an phloem, let us see, it is the process of water translocation. Mean food products are get transferred from leaves to other parts of the body of a plant is what as a translocation. It occurs in part of vascular tissue known as phloem. Besides the product of photosynthesis, phloem also transport amino acid and other substances. These substances are especially eligible to storage organs of fruit, seeds and growing organs. It means an entire plant body means a food is get transport with the help of phloem or phloem tissue. Entire main parts of a plant body are nothing but water, fruits, flowers, as well as root and stem. The translocation in phloem is mainly achieved by utilizing energy. Yes, my dear students, how the process of utilizing energy takes place? Utilizing of energy takes place in a plant body. The process of photosynthesis takes place. Yes. Materials like sucrose transfer through ATP. Sucrose is transferred to water. ATP means adenosine triphosphate, which increase the osmotic pressure of the tissue, causing water to move into it. Yes, my dear students, whatever the water is moved, yes, from one place to another place of a plant body. Translocation of a substance takes place in the sieve tubes with the help of adjusted companion cells, both in upward and downward direction. Yes, the main parts of phloem tissues are sieve tubes as well as companion cells. What are the functions of sieve tubes as well as companion cells? We are discussed in a previous class. That is means a transport of food materials from upward as well as downward movement. Okay, upward movement as well as downward movement takes place with the help of companion cells as well as sieve tubes. Yes, my dear students. In life process chapter, we all are discussed about the process of nutrition. Means how autotrophic nutrition takes place as well as heterotrophic nutrition takes place. Afterwards, respiratory system. After discussing respiratory system, we all are discussed digestive system. Next, excretory system. And last section, transportation or circulatory system in human beings as well as in plants. In this chapter, main examination, 6 marks are offered. It means explain diagrammatical representation or justification, description. This type questions are offered in this chapter. So remember and remind all processes. It means totally 4 life processes are learned in this chapter: respiration, digestion, excretion, and last one is circulation.